Hello, welcome to Just Chatting with me, Jason Trent. For today's topic, I think I should. I'm gonna increase the mic volume because this is too low, and I'm being called. These are basically my unedited thoughts put into a screen for all of you to enjoy, murmur over, or just criticize whether you find it interesting or repulsive. For today's topic, I actually usually think of three things to talk about in terms of these kinds of videos. We have crushes, we have confidence, and consistency. So, three C's. Yeah, hell yeah. The three C's of this video. Welcome to Just Chatting, Part 2. I have a crush in my school, and basically, I want to approach her. This has been a long time coming. We have actually had an interaction before. She saw me walking around in the mall back then, and I did not see her. And I wasn't exactly wearing my best outfit. But she saw me. And she told me that she saw me in a very funny way, I guess. I'm not sure. She was like, I saw you in the mall that other day. You were wearing this and that, and a Speedo, and a Calvin Klein bunny suit or whatever. No, I wasn't actually wearing that. I was wearing something very, very good and very presentable, albeit not attractive. But I did not say the right words, or I did not come up with a witty response for that. I know maybe I should not dwell over that, because everything doesn't have to be a witty response or a cleverly written script. It can be as is, and I know that, but kind of wish I did say something that was much smarter than really, or oh really, I was buying stuff, or not. It was such a normal response. Our second interaction was I was walking by her, and we kind of bump into each other, just like a slight bump. You know how it is. It's a very respectful bump. Some bumps in public, people actually actually hit you like they're a boxer or something. But our bump was more soft and graceful. And then I thought of the bright idea of just like making a joke about it. I was like, ah, and, like screaming, like not really loudly, but screaming, ouch. And she made this face where she was like, man, it's probably a bad thing. So, not exactly the best interaction so far. But that's where next week comes in. I'm being called. Next week, I plan on approaching her once again, and hopefully actually making a good impression. I may have stalked her just a bit on Facebook. This is probably a really bad thing to say. I'm sorry. But I don't know. I probably shouldn't have stopped her, but we're gonna restart all over again, and we're gonna act like I don't even know her name. I don't even know who the hell she is. That's the basis. I've been mulling this over for a long time, overthinking it and trying to plan the best scenario, and actually we're gonna talk about that right now, because here's a few problems. One, we're usually very busy in terms of these kinds of school days. There's not exactly always a lot of time. So my workaround all over that is I will either go to school earlier or try and kind of see how it works. Most likely the interaction will be super short. I probably won't be able to do anything. But we're gonna try anyways, and if it goes well, we'll keep it going, then we'll see how that goes, and hopefully it continues going up, and maybe, best case scenario, I make a new friend. Worst case scenario, I gain some experience. It's a win-win either way. My plan though, I plan to approach her, but the thing is, she usually has a friend with her all the time, and this makes me nervous, because I don't want to make her friend feel left out, and I think she's pretty interesting too. But how do I say this my goal is to get to know my crush, and not exactly the person that she's always with, or her best friend. But yeah, I wouldn't mind knowing her as well. So I'm gonna have to try and befriend both of them, but with more of an emphasis on. I don't know if this is making sense. This is probably the worst plan of all time, and I apologize. But this is my plan, and you're gonna see it crash and burn next week. Hopefully, it goes well. So yeah, just interaction. I'm just gonna try and interact with her. I'm just gonna try and. I've watched so many videos, countless videos on psychology and how to approach your crush and how to make someone like you, how to talk better, keep a conversation flowing, and making it sound so smooth, suave, and being charismatic. Tons of hours of that kind of information always being hammered on to my brain. And next week, we're gonna see if I have the ability to implement any of those. I don't know. I guess we'll see. I'll update all of you when it happens. Okay. I told you in the start of this video there's 3 C's. We got crushes, which is done. That's pretty much done. Next up, confidence, which is where this whole a good segue actually. I want to be confident. I've always wanted to be confident. Going to the gym has helped that immensely. And for a long time, I struggled. I struggled with confidence. I struggled with trying to figure out how to put myself out there, how to approach people. I'm always scared of interaction. Even now, I am. I'm scared of approaching people, approaching the same people over and over and over again, and saying stuff. And it holds me down. I know I'm young, and I know I have a lot to learn, but it's better to start early, right? For those people who are struggling with their confidence, are struggling with interaction and putting themselves out there, I want y'all to know that, first of all, from me, who used to be absolutely terrified at the thought of going to the cashier and ordering something, or even as simple as going to the admin office and paying my tuition fee. That terrified me. Or even going to the faculty. I wouldn't knock. I don't want to knock. I'd let someone else take over. But here's the thing. This world is full of interactions. I think that's very important to realize. That's something I realized. And we're gonna interact with people all the time. And the thing is, the more we do it over and over again, the more saturated we are with these interactions with people, the better and more confident we become. That's the key. That's the key. I have no words of encouragement or a specific answer for you to get over that fear of approaching someone. You just have to do it. And you have to do it over and over again, and you have to accept that that's how it is. But know that each time you choose to approach someone, each time you open yourself up to someone, and or request something to someone, or talk to someone you don't necessarily talk to all the time, that's an experience, another level of experience gained for you, of interaction. And you don't lose anything, no matter how embarrassing it might be. And I know it'll take a while for you to get over it, and it can get embarrassing. Yes, it will get embarrassing. You will stutter. You will voice crack. You will say the dumbest shit of all time and mess up listening to their simplest answer. But that doesn't mean it's over. That doesn't mean that's all it's gonna be. It just means you're on your way. You're on the right track to interacting properly and being more confident. It helps a lot to go to the gym. It helps a lot to get fit, to do skincare, to read books, watch YouTube videos about psychology and how to interact with people, knowing your personality type, or learning more in general so you have more to talk about. But at the basic level, for me, this is what I believe. I believe you have to interact with people. It's a necessity. We have to interact with people because humans are social beings. That's what they say. And each socialization that we do allows us to understand others more and in turn understand ourselves more. And there's a beauty to that. I used to be very nervous talking with a lot of people. And then one day I had the opportunity to talk to foreigners, Japanese people. This was a fear for me because I'm not familiar with these people at all. These are newcomers, and I'm supposed to help introduce them into our school and make them feel welcome. Despite the language barrier, despite all of my confidence issues and all my mental problems as well, all the stuff that I've been facing the past year, it does bog you down. And again, I'm not saying it's easy. It's not easy. I know. But it is doable and it is possible. You just have to keep choosing to interact. Because when I chose to interact, when I chose to push through, I was able to make some great memories with these people, Maybe at the time I didn't see it as great memories. At the time I thought it was embarrassing, or I could have done this, I could have done that. But in hindsight, as I mature and as I realize things, I realize that was a learning experience, truly. And out of anything, I did not lose anything. If anything, I gained more. Despite the embarrassing feeling that I felt for a long time. I think of those Japanese people fondly, and they're very sweet, very energetic. And I truly hope they're doing well, actually. I don't know if they remember me. I don't know if they still know who I am, but sometimes I think about them and I hope they're doing well, I follow them on Instagram, but I don't really see them post all that much, so radio silence. Now you have to do this over and over again, which is the hard part, and segue to my next topic, which is consistency. I want to tell you about how I became consistent, and I will not tell you that I did it all by myself. I will not tell you that it was the easiest thing ever, or it's so simple, or any of that, because the truth is, for a long time I did try and do it myself. I did try to be consistent with myself, and there are times where it was successful, but mostly because my passion was driving all of that. But when the days came where I did not want to do anything, I just wanted to lie down, stare at the ceiling, and just be nothing, like a couch potato. I had nothing. I did not do anything. I did not push through, and I did not be consistent. And it was terrible. The only reason why I am much better now, and I have done all these things, that I've become more confident, or one of the main reasons at least, is because I had help. I'm very lucky that I have people with me who are pushing me to be better and helping me be inspired, and for me to strive to be the best of the best and to improve myself in every aspect. I'm so lucky to have people like that, to be surrounded by people who want to be better, who want to push each other and be there for each other emotionally, physically, and hell, even spiritually. So if maybe you can't do everything on your own, which is very hard, ask for help, ask for someone. Maybe there's someone out there who can help you, and maybe in turn, maybe we all just need some human training wheels, and once we learn how to ride the bike without the training wheels, they can come off, Not to say that we're gonna let them go or anything, but it means we can do these on our own. And They help me, maybe they'll help you. Whether you're going to the gym, playing guitar, trying to get better at like a very difficult game, trying to interact with more people, learn a skill, or go out more. Try and find someone to help you do all that. Trial and error. If a lot of people are saying no, or it might be scary to say no, or to be said no to. It might be scary to approach someone and ask for help. And it's true. It can be scary. So find people that you trust and that are worthy of your time and worthy of your respect. There are people out there. There are people who will help. There's a way for everything. And I don't want to say this and tell you that this is the absolute truth. Of course not. What I'm telling you is another aspect of advice that, if I'm lucky, will reach you and hopefully help you be better. Because I've been helped a lot by many people. And I'm very grateful for that. And I hope that maybe through this, someone out there I can help, Put yourself out there. Choose to put yourself out there. And as time goes on, it will get easier. It gets hard at first. It is very hard at first. But if you do it over and over again, it'll be as smooth as butter, And find someone who will accompany you on this journey, whether it be physically or virtually. Find someone. So, I hope you all are doing well. I wish you luck. If you do watch this and you've made it to the end of this video, thank you. Or this podcast. And yeah, I'm gonna approach my crush next week, and I hope it goes well. Alright, we'll see. Hope you're all doing well. Bye.